and my old adage is manufacturing and supply chain is run by drug deals. You have a process of networking. My buddy knows a guy who does this with it, and 3, 2, 1, change it.
Aye.
Still in business.
Still showing. There will be 300.
Yeah. Keep increasing the odds. Welcome to Recon Tools, headquartered here in Boston, Massachusetts, and this is our R&D facility where we make all of our products, prototypes, test them out with it. We have several suites, machine shop, testing facility, desk space, and do all of our development of our construction tools and software here in our Boston office. It's very easy to look at our products and generalize it, be like, oh, tape measure, cool, yes. Whatever, versus taking a bottom-up approach to construction technology. It's just more unique in the space, but if you don't look between the lines, it's easy to get lost in the concept of like, oh, commodity, tape measure, gadget company, not interested, and move on. Sort of as a side project, both myself and my co-founder were working at a 3D printing company based here in Boston, and the idea of taking tools, processes that were, everyone owns a miter saw, very familiar to anyone on a job site, and the idea that we could kind of leech off of it with a digital tool and give it this capability was both a new concept then, and then after seeing the success of this that we launched on Kickstarter in June of 2020, right at the peak of COVID, and really simple. What it's doing is clamping on, and all it's doing is measuring the distance extended on it. But I think gave people the taste of having tools that were both digital, but seemed like they were in place in a robust environment. We launched our M1. We did, I think, 1.2 million on Kickstarter in 2022. We launched our digital tape measure and just went mega viral across social media. And in that campaign, I think we did $1.1 million in 24 hours when we launched the product with it. So certainly you have those freak events to get out there, and then it certainly normalizes a bit as much as trying to maintain it as people get it, expectations are set, and people get adjusted to it. Today we're an 8-figure revenue company, profitable since day one. We have, again, no external funding, and philosophically, any extra money is reinvested in the company. Like, we're no doubt, not going to be sell about 100,000 tools a year across our product lineup. When that led to our current lineup of tools and software, starting with our T1, which is the first digital tape measure that had the Bluetooth capability, robust enough to drive and drop on the job site with it, and a lot of cool features we introduced from here, from having a built-in line laser with it. So that's really helpful for pulling up surfaces. Because it's digital, it's really easy to add in values. So even when you're measuring an opening, rather than do the traditional process of stuff the tape in the corner and try to read off the curve, with a simple button click, I'm measuring from the back with it. So I think this allowed us to really both refine the technology of how do you accurately encode a 25-foot, 7.6 meter.
Can we do one of the tests?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right here is good.
It's good enough?
Yes.
Okay. Testing facility at the exit.
Yeah, all right. Good. All right, so this is the 6-foot mark. We're going to drop it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, change it.
Aye. Still works.
Over here. So we go to pretty extreme lengths, and I think for us to be successful as a company, something we speculated on early on and has proven over-speccing things, dropping them 1,000 times, seeing what breaks on it. Yep, so we really try to beat these out. Because if we don't do it here, they're just going to do it in the field and expose us. And that's our trade show trick of when people ask if it's robust, to just chuck it over your shoulder and hope you don't hit anybody. The real magic is on the back here with it, and you can see the couple of different patterns we use with it, but these are basically being read like barcode patterns. Even if one row gets scratched away, it can still understand and extrapolate in between it to pick it up. Yeah. This is an e-paper display, so similar to what you find on an Amazon Kindle. So if I have, let me switch to a different set of units here, so it's a little easier to see. This will live update based on the measurement on the screen. True to its name of e-paper, it does have that very high contrast background to make it seem like you are reading paper. So it's cool innovation on the T1, certainly.
So assuming that I was to measure this table, the size of it, can I make a drawing somewhere initially before going out to the field and create like a square or rectangular there, and then kind of apply these measurements to this drawing?
Yeah, absolutely. If I have something here and say, hey, I need to verify this dimension in the field, normally you'd text this to someone, take a screenshot, and it'd be a very jumbled process. Where here, I can add a dimensional line to it to say, hey, this is a measurement that I need to capture with it.
Can I measure it now?
Yep, let me shrink this down so it's a little bit easier.
96. You call it-
96 and 132nd.
And
So yeah,
1/3.
using our
30
good
seconds.
US units here.
Yes.
But the cool thing about this, and I think the slightly unique thing of that outside of just being on the PDF, is that it also updates the database as well with it. So where most programs are just text-based over the drawing itself, this will also update if we go back to the group in the database format, which means that if I take a bunch of dimensions, they're not living as text fields over the drawing, they're also updated in the database. So one of the added features of capturing measurements is sometimes having a physical link to them. So all of our measurements, QR code generation, whatever you want, has the ability to one-click print a label on it, print out a QR code that links to anything within the app infrastructure, and then really connect the digital to the physical world. And this allows subs or other people on the job site to link to the same data that we're viewing, or anything in Procore, on Google Drive, whatever. You can set the QR codes to whatever you want, but for having something that is portable, very inexpensive label printing, to just have a built-in capability on it has been,
Give me a use case of like what's the practical use case of this?
Yeah,
labels?
one could be linking to a drawing. So if I have a shop drawing or some other drawing on the job site and I need to have my install crew on there. So if the first crew comes out to install the aluminum extrusions for the windows, or if I'm doing a measuring job, I label them and then I know, oh, okay, cool. These are the 5 or 6 measurements I need to capture.
For me, as I lose probably like 2 a month of those. Running from one side to another.
So we are behind the scenes. We are in the process of getting certified by Apple so that we can get in the Find My program. So hopefully in the coming months we'll be able to fully track down the lost tape measure on site and see if anyone tries to do a heist for it. What I see in the startup space, and a lot of people's websites have very clean images, software, where everything pictured on our website,
That's
whether it's software, hardware, is in the field. It's covered in dust. Something to be said about showing up to a job site in a crisp neon green vest versus one that has dirt, hard hat has some scuffs on it. And I think that's something that, a meme in itself of like, don't show, walk the walk. But I think something that's really played into our marketing and content strategy, that a lot of people see our website and are surprised to learn we have 15 people. We're a startup of a bunch of my feedback to that, especially it's just weird for me that the default answer for startups is raising VC capital. My answer is always stay scrappy first and then figure out, do you actually need money on the back end?
How do you see the future of Recon tools?
And I think our next challenge is how do we, completely democratize the idea of taking information from a job site. The biggest parallel today is a total station, where total stations are very hard to use, dominated by a few older players. And how do we enable the average person to capture 2D and 3D dimensions easily for a product that costs under $1,000? That we're also very open. We have an open SDK for our software, APIs. Data restriction never allows, especially new types of industries, to flourish with it.
You decided not to go with builders, merchants who would sell your product, so you're distributing it by yourself right now, right?
If we were sold through survey stores, they're used to selling enterprise contract. They're used to selling tools that you can't find their prices online, and that's fundamentally counter to what accessibility means with it. If you go through big box stores, you're relying on packaging or a very small display to tell the story and capabilities that I want to go on Amazon, wherever, and just buy it and use it out with it.
Great. Okay, Christian, thank you very much.
Cool, thank you. Appreciate you guys coming by.
I will sing. People play, I will sing. Just whatever. Recon. Recon.